Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is SJ. I'm an adult doll and toy collector who just wants to talk about dolls and toys, and this channel is made for adult doll and toy collectors. And we are back with another live action How to Train Your Dragon toy unboxing and review. This time with the Dragon Volcano Island Final Battle Pack. This is a Target exclusive, as you can see right here, only at Target. With this pack, you get 4 dragons and 3 figures. We'll get into that when I unbox it. So this is also $49.99 at Target, which I don't think is bad for what you are getting, considering I think just the regular packs of the dragons are about $14.99. So I kind of think this is like a good deal. If you do want all of the dragons, you can just simply get this and have all the dragons. So right here we have some beautiful live action artwork, I guess. The back of it looks like this. And these figures are primarily by Spinmaster, but it says that these two aren't exclusive and these two aren't exclusive, which I'm not really understanding, considering that you can get this set for $14.99 on Amazon right now. Maybe it might be a little different, might not have the red tail fin, I'm not positive. There is the barcode if you are interested. I will say I do actually love the packaging on these figures because it looks like a Viking boat, and I think that's kind of cool looking. I like the whole concept. It looks like they're on a little boat right now. But let's go ahead and get these guys unboxed and look at them each individually and see how the sculpting and the paint job is on them. All right, everything is unboxed. Real quickly, we are going to take a look at the figures that you get with this set. So first up here is Hiccup. I guess for the scale that they are, they're decently painted. I mean, all of the detail on this figure is painted. I mean, even down to the little prosthetic leg right here, foot, leg. Here is the back. Articulation wise, the head seems to be on some kind of like ball joint, so you can move it all around. Shoulders can move out, up, back, forward. So we do have some good shoulder articulation. There is no elbow. Cannot turn at the waist, but we do have some very decent hip articulation, and we do have very decent knee articulation. So that's good to see. Trying to see if you could bring the legs forward, but you really can't, and you really can't bring them backwards either. So, but I think that's just because of the way the outfit is. Might not be, but yeah, you can't really bring them forward. So yeah, for what it is, very decent articulation. Then we have Snotlout. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Again, the paint job is decent. It's nice to see like all the detail painted on small scale figures like this. I mean, this could have been painted, but it's not a make or break for me, so it's decent. He also has all the same articulation that Hiccup had, but you can see we do have detail in the shirt, in the pattern of the shirt. And then we have Astrid. She's cute, adorable. I love her hair. Again, same articulation in the neck. Yeah, so very decent articulation. Love to see it. So yeah, these are the only 3 figures that you get. Mind you, you get 4 dragons, but only 3 figures. That makes no sense to me. Where's Fish Legs? Okay, the first dragon we are going to be taking a look at is Meatlug. she's adorable. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of hate for the live action redesign of her, but I think she's adorable. Even in her animated form, she was adorable. Now I do have one horn up here that does seem to be bent a little bit out of place, and that was just from the positioning in the box. But let's get a close-up on her face so you guys can see the sculpting and coloring. I think they did a decent job. I especially like the added speckles that they put in here. There is her little mouth. It reminds me so much of a bulldog. I love it. The little tail and the little wings. You can move the wings all around. They are on a ball joint. The legs can move backwards and forward. The mouth is stationary. It doesn't open and close, which kind of sucks. And the tail itself is also stationary. It does not move. Weight wise, I would say it's not cheap feeling. It's decent. Like, it's not too heavy, not too light, so it's right in that like good middle ground as far as like quality, like weight wise and hollowness and stuff like that. I think she's adorable. I like her. And you can see we have the saddle up here with 2 pegs for the figure to sit, but her figure doesn't come with this set. Fish legs is missing, which sucks. So if I want fish legs, I will have to buy a whole other Meatlug set to be able to get fish legs, which sucks. But I know that's how companies work. That's how they get you to spend money. Next up, we have Stormfly, my all-time favorite dragon. Though I feel like, isn't this considered a wyvern? Because it's got 2 legs and wings and not 4 legs like a dragon. Let me not look that deep into it. Let me stop. But with this figure, you do have some slight assembly. You just have to pop her other wing in. And so this is what it looks like, and this is what the wing looks like, and you just pop it on in. And there you go. It's in. So let's get a close-up on Stormfly's face. I do like the coloring, though I'm looking at her face and I'm like, are those wounds, or is it like scars, or is it coloring? Because they're kind of like raised a little bit, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Because I believe in the show and the movie, the animation movie, she did have coloring there and stuff like that. Here is the wings. Love the coloring and the detail on the wings. I love how they faded it out to this orangey red color. However, with the wings, if you do look closely on the spots and stuff like that, there is some slight pixelation, but it's not too bad. Like from far away, you can't see it. Up close, you can see it. Again, her mouth is stationary. It does not open or close, but it does turn. Then we have the saddle up here. We have the spikes along her back. These are a very moldable plastic, so good for kids. They're not going to hurt themselves playing with it. And then we have the tail. The tail is just a plain blue color, like all over. None of the detail or anything is painted. It's not a bendable tail. It's just pretty much stationary. You can't really like bend it into a certain position or anything like that, and it does not turn. Now here are the legs, and with the legs they do move forward and they do move backwards. So yeah, and the wings, again, they are kind of like on this like ball joint type of thing, so they can go forward, they can go back. So yeah, that's about all the articulation that the wings have. Again, with weight wise, Not too heavy, not too light, very decent weight, not too hollow either. So I know people care about like how hollow, how heavy the figures are and stuff like that. I never knew like so many people cared about stuff like that, but this is what the inside of the wings look like. Again, we do have slight detail on them. Like just right here along the arm, like that muscle right there. Love that that is included. And then the muscles, veins, I don't know what they are on a dragon. I don't know what they are on wings, but they've included that in there as well. Overall, she looks decent and she's my favorite dragon. So I'm going to just go ahead and say, in my opinion, I think the live action version is great too. All right, now we're going to take a look at Hook Fang, and this figure is a pretty decent sized figure. Again, with this one, just like Stormfly, you did have some assembly. You had to put in the tail and one of the wings. Real quickly, I will show you the wings. So here is the coloring and the sculpt on the wings. We have the little hooks, little claws right up there. And these do extend out. I love that added detail where there's like a little hinge right here where they go in and out versus just being out all the time. And again, they added that speckle type of paint that they had on Meatlug. They added it onto Hook Fang. The other one, same thing, it can go out. And they are, again, on a ball joint, so they can go in and out and forward. Can't really go back too far, but yeah. Let's get a look of the face. So this one's neck does not turn. The mouth is stationary. However, I am noticing that mine is a little loose in the joint right there. So just keep an eye out for that. But here is the sculpting of the face. I think the sculpting is beautiful. The teeth, I love how all of the teeth are different sizes and they're all like jagged looking and stuff. Now they're not sharp due to the fact that this is a kid's toy. We don't want kids getting hurt. The tongue, that is amazing. Let me see if I can move the figure so you guys can get a good look inside of the mouth in some way. Yeah, so there is a sculpting inside the mouth, very detailed. There is the head, again, very detailed. Love the paint job, love the horns. There's the saddle and everything along the back. These again are a moldable, bendable plastic, so they're not too sharp or anything like that. The legs can go forward that far and back that far, and then we have the long tail. Lastly, we have Toothless. Adorable, love him. I will say I do like the redesign of the live action of the dragons in the live action movie. I love how they look realistic yet also kept some of the animated feature-esque aspects to them, if that makes any sense. Anyways, here is our cutie Toothless. Now this one, the head does turn just from side to side. It doesn't go up or down or anything like that. This one did also require assembly. You had to pop in one of the wings. But there is the sculpting and everything on the wings. And the inside of them is just, again, you know, the plain black. But if you want to see the bottom of the feet, there you go. Cute little feet, cute little toe beans. Well, non-existent toe beans, but we do have a piece of plastic right here. It's like leftover paint or something like that. I don't know. And all of these dragons do have the How to Train Your Dragon like little logo thing on them and somewhere on their body. Here is the back of the tail. And then there are the, I forgot what they're called, but you know what? Here's the end of the tail. Here's the end of the tail. And this one's tail does turn, kind of. I don't know if it's supposed to turn, but mine turns. So there's that. Now the wings, again, they are on a ball joint, so you can move them all around. And leg-wise, back, forward about that far, back about that far, forward about that far. So, but just the sculpting on the legs, all that detail and everything that they put on them, I think is like really great to see. And again, there is Toothless's saddle. So all of these figures have these little holes in their legs, and it's so they can be inserted into the pegs on here. Now at first I thought this was like for the figures to hold on to, but no, they are for those pegs. Once you've inserted the pegs and everything, this is what the figure is pretty much going to look like on the dragon. In theory, the pegs look like they work really well in keeping the figure on the dragon, but also it looks a little funky. It looks a little weird. I'm not sure how much I like it. If you don't position the rider on the pegs and you just kind of put the pegs in front of the rider, I don't know, in my opinion, it looks a little better because the knees are a little bit more like bent. So it looks like a little bit more like realistic looking, I guess, in a way. So I think I prefer this like little slight knee bent a lot better than positioning them onto the pegs where it looks like they are literally doing a split across the dragon's back. Overall, I do think $49.99 is a decent price for all of the figures and the dragons that you are getting. They do have multiple points of articulation, which is nice to see, and they do have decent paint jobs and sculpts for what you are getting. And like I said, this is a Target exclusive, so it is only going to be sold at Target as of right now. You might be able to find it in store. I did get mine online. But yeah, I'm still a little salty that we get Meatlug, but we don't get fish legs. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't get it. But I think Spinmaster is doing a great job with these figures. I think they look really nice. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Which one of these dragons and figures is your favorite? Have you been lucky enough to find any of the have you been able to find any of the live action How to Train Your Dragon merch in stores? And are you excited for the movie? All that kind of stuff. And I hope to see you in the next video. Love you. Bye.